Hi guys. So, yes, I'm in a different place right now. I'm on a vacation, but this is not my work. This is my hobby. So I'm allowed to take it with me on my trips uh, because that's not my regular work. I'm in the mountains right now. We have a beautiful sunny day here. Uh, you don't get to see the mountains because they are quite small, but they are still mountains. So let's get to the business. The first thing, links, all the necessary links in the video description. My test system setup also in the video description. And there's also one more thing that I wanted to tell you about. I've actually mentioned this in my other video, but on August 18th, they will be starting back to school AliExpress sale. This is one of the 3 or 4 largest yearly sales on AliExpress, and it's actually also known as a mega sale. So if you're going to buy anything, it's just in a few days, so it may be a good idea to wait for a couple of days and to use some lowered prices and some AliExpress sale coupons. There's also another thing. AliExpress reached to me like it was in the beginning of this year, I think, in order to start something called cashback team. So if you join the cashback team, you'll be able to receive 10% of the value of the purchases you'll make during the sale as a cashback. The cashback gets to your user account and you can use it for basically anything across the AliExpress. So now let's get to our hero today. For a while now, I was thinking about getting some reference class portable player for all my headphone reviews. I was thinking about getting FiiO M15. That's absolutely top of the line player offered by that company. But what scared me away was the price. It's terribly, terribly expensive. Then I got interested in FiiO M15S. That's our guy, as some reviews stated that it can be even better in some areas than M17. But it was still really expensive. How much expensive? The regular price for that in Europe is T9.4 Brewmaster clone level expensive, to be precise. So I delayed the purchase. And about a month ago, I realized I can get one directly from China via AliExpress. I had no idea that they are actually being offered through AliExpress, but I found the first one, then a couple of others, and they're available for the purchase through AliExpress too. So, with the sale price, adding some coupons, adding some coins, and VAT reduction on the top, I was able to buy it with reduced price. So suddenly $1,350, that's regular, lowest regular price here in Poland for that. I was able to get as low as 1,020, and that was starting price, asking price on AliExpress, and I was able to lower that even further with coupons, coins, etc. to $780 shipping included. So that's almost half of the lowest local price I could get here. So I got one, and here it is, fresh from the burning, ready to be reviewed. Once again, the starting regular price here in Poland is $1,350. That's very, very, very big price, very high price. And the final price that I actually paid for that is $780. That will give you some kind of idea about the margins that all the local distributors are getting from audio equipment. Because I'm pretty sure that $780 still included quite nice margin for the seller in China. Now, let's talk about numbers. Let's talk about the specification for this guy. It's able to output up to 1020 and 200 milliwatts per channel. That's 1.2 watts per channel in desktop mode and with balanced connection. It supports Bluetooth in version 5.0 based on Qualcomm QCC 5124 chipset, and that includes aptX HD, aptX adaptive, LDAC, HIDC, and besides the Bluetooth, it accepts room connections, DLNA, and UPnP. Being based on Android 10, it can also support any kind of Android application you'll throw at it, be it Spotify, Tidal, Deezer, Last.fm, or whatever you like to hear. So, the hardware of the player. It's using Snapdragon 660. Obviously, this is not the latest and the greatest when it comes to mobile chipsets, but it's still more than enough to support all the operations of the player and for it to be snappy. As I said, it's Android 10. The current Android version at the moment is Android 15. So yes, it's kind of old, but again, it works flawlessly. One thing about that is FiiO is supposed to be upgrading this player to Android 12. There were news about that I found in the feed on the internet, but so far there's nothing like that. Why is that important? The thing is that all Android applications are supporting some kind of minimum API, Android API, meaning that Android 10 works fine with all the applications at the moment, but there will be some point in time when the newest updated versions of your favorite applications won't be able to install on this device. I suppose it will be in something like 5 years time or maybe even longer, but if the operating system will be upgraded to Android 12, that will push that date further to the future. Still, you won't lose any kind of functionality, you just won't be able to install the newest versions of the applications in a 5 years time, maybe even more. Now, getting back to the specs, it has 6300 milliamperes battery. The display is 5.5 inch and it has HD resolution. That's actually 1440 pixels by 720 pixels. It's not super sharp, although for all player purposes it's sharp enough. It's actually pretty good when it comes to color rendition and viewing angles. Yeah, I'm sitting in the sun environment, so I've boosted the display brightness up to the maximum. Now, the most important numbers are the numbers related to the audio performance. So, as this is based on ESS Sabre 9058 Pro, so previous top-of-the-line Sabre chipset that was usually found in very expensive desktop digital-to-analog converters, this one is able to reach a signal-to-noise ratio of 121 decibels. That's excellent number, even for a stationary desktop digital-to-analog converter, without included headphone amplifier. In this case, we get 121 decibels signal-to-noise ratio for the whole setup, for the digital-to-analog converter and built-in headphone amplifier. The next number, total harmonic distortion. It's as low as 0.00075%. So it's minuscule, again, even when compared to stationary desktop digital-to-analog converters. Channel crosstalk is more than 105 decibels for the balanced connection, which again is excellent number, and it can run on the battery up to 9 hours for the balanced connection. The hardware specification for the player is it has 4 GB of operation memory RAM, and it has built-in 64 gigs of the storage, but the important thing is that it supports micro SD cards up to 2 terabytes, and I've checked that and it works perfectly fine. Okay, so that's about the numbers. Let's talk about the build and what do you get in the box. The actual box is really, really nice. Sorry about that, I had to remove a pen from my notes. Yeah, that's it. I won't show you the box because that's not an unboxing video, but the box is really, really nice. I would even dare to say that it's a better package than you'll get with top-of-the-line smartphones. Now, build quality. Let's turn that off. Yep. On the front, a large 5.5-inch display. In the back, very nice glass back with modern pattern, some kind of bluish triangles. In real life, it looks stunning. It's a flagship smartphone level build. All metal build with very nice paint coat. And let's start from the front. Just the screen. On the top, we have analog volume control. Yeah, that's actually going up to minimum and to maximum. We have 4.4 millimeters balanced jack output. We have 2.5 millimeter balanced jack output and regular single-ended 3.5 millimeters jack. At the bottom of the device, we have a micro SD card and we have a charging and data USB port. You've seen the back, some nice logos and nice texture there. And the sides. On the sides we have the hold button. The hold button is configurable and you can decide which buttons will be held, which buttons won't be operable with the screen off. And we have volume control buttons and configurable assignable button that's by default configured to choose the working mode for the player. Why do we have a second set of controls? Because in the configuration you can choose if you want to use the buttons or if you want to use the knob here. On the other side of the device we have playback control buttons and the power button. So we have regular play pause, regular fast forward and rewind. Interestingly, these guys actually work as a rewind. Because if you push them and if you keep them pushed, you will be seeking the track with sound output. I have some problems here. Yeah. I don't know him, but he apparently wants to be a star in the video. Stay away. Yeah, it's not very clean. Okay, so let's talk about the functionality. As you can see, I am able to wake the screen by double tap. And let's talk about the functionality. It does have a twin power setup system. What does it actually mean? It can be powered by either internal battery or when used in desktop mode with QC or PD USB charger, it can bypass the internal volume and it can be powered directly through the charger, reaching higher voltages in the amp section and bypassing completely the battery, meaning that in the desktop mode the battery won't be used, it won't be discharged, it won't be charged. The whole player will be operating a little bit cooler and you'll have more dynamic headroom with large cans available. So that's a very interesting thing because the price makes it comparable with standalone setups consisting of digital to analog converter and headphone amplifier. So you can actually use M15S as something like that. Now, about the modes. You can choose them, sorry about that, from the menu using, which button was that? I can't see it now because of the camera. Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, but that's not very clear. It's way more convenient to use the default assignment here, and you can choose Android mode, pure music mode. Pure music mode disables most of the Android stuff, and you're able to use FiiO music player, and it does sound a little bit better. You can use replay mode, you can use digital to analog converter mode. In this mode you can connect the M15S by USB cable to your computer and work with it as an external digital to analog converter, high-end converter with headphone amplifier. You can turn on the Bluetooth receiver mode, and you can turn on the run ready mode. So that's all about the modes. Let's start the dedicated music mode and the FiiO music player. What else can I tell you about the modes? Line out. One of the outputs, 4.44 millimeter balanced output, doubles as a line output. You can connect it to a regular power amplifier or integrated amplifier and use it as a complete source for your music. And in this mode, the specification, the numbers are even better. You have a higher signal-to-noise ratio and a lower THD. Okay, now let's talk about the temperature. If you're working with the internal battery and balanced connection, it gets warm. It's getting warm. Nothing hot really, but it's just warm to the touch. But interestingly, if you will be using external power supply, the temperature drops and it's run pretty cool. Meaning that the most of the temperature buildup comes not from the 9058 Pro, which is known to be a hot chip, but from the battery discharge, which is interesting thing. In the box with the device, you are getting a very nice, real leather-made case for your player with this works as a heatsink, as a ventilation system, but honestly, that's just me, but I'm not a fan of large leather cases, so I purchased separately a regular TPU silicone case. And importantly, you're getting this desktop stand. It's portable because you can disassemble it. It does have USB-C controlled fan, but I have not found any use for it because the device stayed cool all the time when I was using external power mode, and there was absolutely no need for the fan. It's there, but I have no idea when actually can it be used. In my tests, in my burn-in for the last couple of weeks, the device never got so warm that it would actually require any kind of cooling from external fan. Okay, let's talk the application. The first thing, obviously, this is Android 10, so you can install any kind of Android player that you prefer, including my beloved Neutron player. But the default player is FiiO player. The sound quality is really good, and what I do like about it, and I really do like it, it's the way it's sorting the songs. You can have all the songs, you can sort it by artists, you can sort it by albums, which by the way looks pretty nice, and these are quite standard, right? Now, you can sort it by genre, which is also nicely done, because all of these positions are becoming playlists. So you can just enter one and do a random shuffle on the playlist. But interestingly, you can also work through the storage directories, and that's still also quite standard. But the last couple of things, this one, dates. You can sort through your music by dates. You can choose songs and tracks from particular year, or you can get here and sort them by the sampling frequency. So if you want to listen to something in DSD, you'll have all the DSD tracks in one place. If you want to listen to something in 88.2 kilohertz, that's the same thing. And the last one, also very interesting for me as a reviewer, is it's able to sort your tracks according to the format of your song. So as you can see, I can have here quite a lot of formats. most of my music is, I think, in FLAC, but I have quite large older MP3 collection too. So that's an important thing and quite useful. Yes, and the main player window with usual regular controls and access to things like parametric equalizer. Interestingly, the equalizer works system-wide, meaning that it will work with any kind of application you will install on the player. Yeah, so let's exit that mode. Let's get to the regular Android mode. And let's talk about the most important thing in the player, which is the sound quality. So that's the moment you've been waiting for here. The bass. The bass defining word would be clarity. It's neutral, it's not dry, but it's not also really warm. It's just right. It has real authority and control over the headphone drivers, and it can improve bass response of slow headphones in the way that T9.4 Burmester clone grabs speaker drivers. Mid bass is kept in check. It's not bleeding in the mids, but it makes the sound full and rich. This is the only headphone amplifier that can make even my Aria Organic sound bassy. Aria Organic it doesn't exactly sound thin, but I wouldn't call it a headphone for the bass head. But with this particular headphone amplifier, it sounds very full and very rich. Now moving on to mid-range. Mid-range is very detailed and it's very fast, if you know what I mean. It was a real pleasure to listen to tracks like Funicula by Pavarotti, because his voice, the authority, the nuances were just excellent. This track also gets very busy at the times, and all the choir vocals were clear, but his leading voice was full of energy with very rich timbre. Female voices are also very natural and clear. The mid-range changed dramatically during burn-in. I'm mentioning this here because that was one of the let's say biggest changes that I've experienced during burn-in of any of the equipment I've heard. At the beginning I would call it thick, and it was like that for the first 72 hours. And for me the thick mid-range is something that I don't really like, and I was thinking I'm gonna be selling the player or returning it or whatever. Probably selling, because I would get way better price here locally. But after 72 hours it changed dramatically, and instead of being thick it changed to being full and rich, meaning that let's call it it's changed its size, it got more precise. So if you get one of these, do let it burn for at least 72 hours, because the change will be very, very big. As I said, I actually disliked the thick version and I was thinking about selling it right away. But after 72 hours, it became full, and actually I love the mid-range right now. Yeah, once in a while I'll have to touch the screen. No, I've changed the, yeah. So it won't be powering off. Now, moving on to treble. Treble is very clear, it's very transparent. I would maybe call it a little dark. Not warm, but dark, just a little bit. But at the same time, it's airy and really, really detailed. And it's also very smooth, so it never gets tiring. There is no sibilance and there is no listening fatigue, but on the other hand, it shows clearly all badly recorded or mastered tracks. The treble here is smooth, but at the same time, the detail in the treble will show every problem in your tracks. For example, compression artifacts in my MP3 tracks. I have a lot of tracks that were recorded in the 90s. I wasn't able to find them in any other format than MP3 files, and I can clearly hear the compression artifacts. Also, I do have some tracks that were recorded live in the 80s, and they were never released in any proper format. Some of them are, I think, some of them are even rips from cassette tapes. So basically, yes, you will get all the problems that are placed in such badly recorded tracks. Now, moving on to the detail. As I've said, it's Sabre 9058 Pro, so you should expect tons of details, small things to discover. What FiiO M15S gets very right here is the fact that it retains all the musicality and it doesn't sound analytical at all, although it does have tons of detail. It's just clear and detailed. But as I've said earlier, this detail retrieval level immediately shows all the bad recordings for what they are. So, again, it's a very honest player. It will provide you a lot of fun, but at the same time, it has excellent technicalities that will be very honest about the quality of your recordings. Now, moving on to scene and imaging. Imaging is very precise, with very good sound layering, and it only gets better with open, full-sized cans. I've noticed that imaging here is like a shapeshifter, because it does change with capabilities of the headphones that you connect to the player. With bigger and better headphones, the soundstage gets wider and deeper. With the headphones that are not able to convey a large soundstage, it will be resized down. And for me as a reviewer, that's a very, very good quality because I'm able to precisely assess the soundstage that's provided by the headphones. But it also means that the only bottleneck for the player when it comes to the soundstage are headphones. It means that the headphone amplifier and the digital to analog converter have a very wide, very deep and very tall soundstage. And again, that's one of the qualities of the Sabre 9058 Pro. So far, so good. The sound quality for this little guy, maybe not exactly little, but still smaller than my smartphone, is truly excellent. Now let's talk about some pairings. When I was thinking about a player like that, I was looking for something reference level for all my headphone reviews, and it seems like it's this guy. There was no bad pairings, and it was able to drive and fully control all of my full-sized cans and obviously all of my IEMs from my collection. Additionally, full desktop mode added some additional level of dynamic and control for big guys like Aria Organic and Aria Steel. M15S was able to squeeze every last bit of performance from all of my IEMs. No bad pairings, nothing was too warm or nothing was too analytical with this player. Now, for the summary, is the first thing you need to remember is the price. As I've said, the local European price is close to $1,500 of dollars, and I was able to get that for $780 delivered. That's very, very big difference in price. Now, so this player truly is reference level. It excels at sound quality in both balanced and single-ended modes. But the biggest boon for me was the price, as even the base price is like 30% lower than local European prices. And thanks to coupons, sale prices, coins, you can get that even lower, significantly lower. It's not, as I've said, if you remember the numbers from the beginning of the video, the starting price was $1,020, and I was able to lower that to $780. That's more than $200. So do hunt for coupons, do use coins, do wait for the sale price. Okay, with all of these, with the coins, coupons, sale price, suddenly it gets cheaper than the standard, let's say, standalone digital to analog converter based on Sabre 9058 Pro and standalone headphone amplifier, meaning that you can get this guy and the price for that guy will be lower than for the complete setup of the separate digital to analog converter and headphone amplifier. And do not make a mistake. The digital to analog converter here is a state-of-the-art digital to analog converter, and the same goes for the headphone amplifier. It's absolutely excellent. At the same time, if you get that guy, it will be smaller than the desktop setup and it will take less space. I wouldn't call it exactly mobile. The size of the screen, yes, it's slower than my smartphone, than most of my smartphones, actually all of them, because I'm using flagship devices. But the thing is that it's quite thick and it's quite heavy. So this is not something that I would actually put in my pocket when I would be walking around. On the other hand, I can easily see myself taking it with me on the business trips. For commuting, I will stay with HiDis AP80 Pro X or maybe HiBi R4. But for true reference sound quality for hotel room or my own bedroom, M15S wins all the way. Honestly, that sound quality warrants even the full regular local price. It's that good. But for AliExpress price, it's just a steal. And this can be your first and last complete high-end, yes, true high-end headphone setup. So if you can afford it, just get it. If you can't afford it now, save a little, maybe sell your other player's stationary setup and just buy this guy. But as I've said, don't buy it locally because of the huge price difference. That's like twice the price difference. Again, all the links in the video description, all my test system setup details, headphones and other equipment also in the video description. And I hope I'll be able to release this video before back to school mega sale, so you'll be able to get one of those cheaper and use some cashback from teaming. And that's up to 10% of the price. And even though and you'll be able to get this price lower, 10% from $780, that makes $78. And for $78, you can get some nice cables for your headphones or something like that. Or something else for your audio collection. So, guys, thanks for watching. If you like this review, you're more than welcome to support my channel by buying me a beer. Link in the video description. Thanks again and have a great day with your music, guys. And I will have a great day because it's very sunny and we'll be doing some hiking in the mountains. So, see you next time and have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.